Special thanks to the City of Sparks, Reno, Tahoe, USA. Special thanks to our sponsor, Hidden Trails Motorsports. Also Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Jet Renew, Jet Lift, Alpina Racing, Jet Rim, Velvet Grip, and Solus. Our great sponsors also Slippery Wet. And hey, don't forget, they still have a little bit more time left to sign up for that raffle for Jet Renew. You can do just $1, and that will give you the opportunity to win over $200 worth of product. Jet Renew, one of our great sponsors, and they decided to up the ante this year and help the riders out with unique opportunities and some great products. So head on down there and don't forget to sign up for the raffle. Or we find out who the winner is today. Again, Sport TV on the line. We have Sport TV on the line. Special thanks to Rob's Wildlife, by the way, who's been doing the photography this weekend. Rob'sWildlife.com if you want to get some of the pictures. He said he posted some of the pictures of the weekend for you, so special thanks to Rob Dowdy. Rob'sWildlife.com. Billy Dearman. Billy Dearman, you are awesome. He doesn't even know I'm talking about him. He's just over there strolling along quietly, but thank you very much.
One, two. All right, folks, looks like our sport class is getting in the gate right now. And we're just about ready to come back with the second half of our day. And during the break, Don, I don't know about you, but had a bunch of people wanted to give them a shout out. I know Eric Lagopoulos is watching in from the Waterfront 2 restaurant down in Sarasota, Florida right now.
Hi, Eric.
Kevin Gong is watching from Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now.
Oh, wow.
And Rich and Tara Maley, part of the Surf and Turf crew, are watching in from Bradenton, Florida right now.
Hi.
So,
Miss
hello
you
to all
guys.
you guys.
Yeah, why aren't you here?
Gal.
Hey, just real quick on this stream, I want to just give a little bit of a FYI for you. If you notice that the live stream is cutting out, some of the conditions up here are a little dicey. We've actually lost the top of our tent. We didn't lose it. We had to take it down because we were going to lose it. And because of that, some of the consequences of that are the equipment is starting to heat up to the point where it is cutting in and out. So Rick doing a phenomenal job trying to keep us live, but it's been a little bit of a battle for him back here to try to keep that equipment going. So thank you for your patience on it, and we will stream as long as we possibly can because we don't want you to miss any of the action. But if we do go cutting in and out, just so you know, that's why we've had to make a lot of adjustments with the wind here in Sparks, Nevada, because Mother Nature has not been all that friendly today.
That's right. Well, you know, Don, the only way that you're not going to get it to cut out at this point is actually come to Reno. So for those of you folks that are watching it at home, we hope to see you here next year.
Yeah, there you go. Since you're probably not going to make it the next hour or so. All right, down on the line, they're firing. I'm up out of Ludington, Michigan. Yep, Kelly Smith out of Ludington, Michigan.
And boat number 17, Aaron Gowicki out of Lake Havasu.
And we've got Tamatsu Yamamoto out of Danville.
Yeah, you got Glenn Young on boat number 77, Mike Bartolomeo on boat number 99. 110 is Denny Janaway, and 111, Billy Dearman out of Madison, Mississippi. 316 is Brian O'Rourke, and 910 is Jeff McPhail.
We can slow down now. They got a red flag.
Okay, well, I see red people.
I do too.
So once again, with the red flag, they'll bring him back to the line, repack, restack, re-rack, and restart this one all over again.
Oh, typically there's 3 reasons why we will issue a red flag. One of them, and the usual reason, not always, would be premature acceleration. So you got a little bit of an itchy trigger figure, and you anticipated the rubber band going when it actually didn't go. It was a figment of your imagination.
That's right. That means you jump the band start. The second reason, Dawn, is you don't hold your line all the way to that cigarette buoy that you see out there in the middle of the track. You must hold your line. You can move over only 2 positions after you get past it.
That's right. You can't just take up my space anytime you want to.
Right. My space is old news.
Third reason,
but you know
and
what's
not
funny?
the reason.
I still have my page.
And not the reason that we ever want to see, and that's if there's an injury on the course, then the course marshal, of course, is a reason that we're able to ascertain that very quickly. If there is a problem out on the course or a rider is injured or off his boat and that's going to compromise him in any way with his safety, they will immediately put a red flag up for. So those are the typical 3 reasons that you see. Looks like this one might be a premature acceleration.
That's it.
And so I think that is Billy Dearman, actually, unfortunately, with the...
And you know, it's crazy because Dearman's been timing that start just right. He's had the last
perfect.
2 hole shots from the inside. Third and final moto, Sport GP. Here we go.
Nice start for Aaron Gawecki on the outside split. Great timing. Glenn Young had a good start, Mike, but he kicked it a little sideways right out of the gate.
We'll see how he looks as they come back around, and it looks like Gawecki again on the outside, and then it's Kelly Smith on the inside, the deuce. Kelly Smith, current second in the points. Johnny Smith, current points leader, but won't be after today as he is not in attendance.
Yep. So right now, coming into the third moto, the top 2 riders you see are tied in points, as Mike had mentioned, but Kelly Smith in the lead. If he holds that spot, will take the overall today.
Yeah, back there in the third place on boat number 34, we got Tomsky out of Danville, California, sponsored by the Ski Clinic, rather, and M&M Marine. That is Tomatsu Yamamoto.
And in 4th place, despite the dead engine start, Billy Dearman out of Madison, Mississippi, sponsored by Judge Motorsports, Jet Trim, Jet Pilot, Scat Track, R&D, and Riva Racing.
Well, the green flag is up here in this one, as they have been in these Pro Show classes. 12 minutes plus a lap, which is, exactly.
Man, I don't know how you could do anything like that for 12 minutes. And then, as if that didn't enough, add another lap to it. Yep, the yellow flag is out for Glenn Young, Mike.
Yeah, Young off of his boat. And I believe that is Course Marshal Kevin over there, or Course Marshal Randy, rather, helping him out. And the deuce is loose here in Sparks Marina. Kelly Smith. And let me tell you, Kelly Smith did a great job back in Panama City, as we had talked about a little bit earlier during that second moto before the Pro Show. Kelly, a winner in Panama City. Didn't have as much luck in Pensacola, but here he is to back it up. Currently second in the points, but with Smith not here, he's looking to overtake that lead.
Yeah, but Aaron Gawecki, first time we've seen him on the national tour. Kelly Smith spun slightly. Gawecki just pulled into the lead, Mike.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The beast mode.
He has not even been on the national tour until this stop, and I'm an advocate that he do the rest of this tour.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like what Tyron Matzuris did here last year.
Kind of, yeah. I'm just going to drop in, and then I'm going to win.
And then I'm going to go back to South Africa.
And then I'm going to get married.
Exactly.
Oh, Gawecki almost got a little sideways there. He was doing a one-footed action as he hit one of those waves on that front stretch. Held on to it, though. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, and for those of you folks who are listening in at the Pro Show and haven't seen any of the pro sport racing that has been going on this weekend, your leader out there, Aaron Gawecki, has been literally unstoppable.
Yep, started the first of this motos, went into the sweeper turn.
That was actually Mike Bartolomeo that was down on one of Glenn Young's boats. That wasn't Glenn that was down.
Gotcha. That's right. He was on borrowed property in the second moto as well. Thank you, Roman, helping us out there. So good. Glenn Young still out in the hunt. We'll look for him on the course so he can get you a position. Looked like third, though, is where Glenn Young is riding.
Well, you're watching the third race of the Pro Show here. This is the Sport GP. Gawicki taking a look behind him as he heads down the front straightaway, still with Kelly Smith in tow. And your third place rider, still Tomsky out of Danville, California, turning in a good performance here. Taking a look at his first two performances, he was a 6th and a 4th, up into 3rd right here on the gold, number 34. So once again, for those of you folks that are listening in at home, we'll go through what some of the points look like here in this Pro Sport GP class. As of today, coming into the day, Johnny Smith was your leader with 108, but not in attendance today. Kelly Smith, currently in 2nd place, has 99 points. Sam Nemi, not here with 92. Keith Dill, not here with 80, but Billy Dearman is here, 76. Billy's going to be moving up in the points after today.
So as we drop down on the front stretch and take a look, it's Gawicki still with this lead and starting to open up the gap. Kelly Smith had that lead, a little bit of the bobble that lap prior, right as they were coming back into this yellow is where he lost the lead. With Gawicki able to take that over. And again, Kelly Smith and Gawicki both have spent their time in the water when you count all the times they've been up to bat here in these 3 motos. So as Mike had talked about, 12-minute motos definitely can take their toll on you. But a lot of that drama happened right at the beginning of the motos for both of these riders. And it really, if we take that look back to the first moto, it was Gawicki and Smith that were off their boat at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And good to see them back out there, 1 and 2 again and again. It's a battle between these two for who will get the overall. Because going into their finishes so far for this weekend, for those of you that are listening in at home, Kelly Smith with a 1-2 finish, Gawicki with a 2-1 finish. A 2-1-1 would give him the overall. So right now, Kelly Smith looking for some divine intervention.
Yep, as you had talked about, Tomsky in 3rd place. Billy Dearman in 4th. O'Rourke in 5th, and it looked like Glenn Young's just really been finding the new setup that he has been working with this year, and I know that's got to be a little bit frustrating for him because last year he was just unstoppable. Glenn Young this year having a brand new setup underneath that boat and has been still dealing with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, this elevation creating a lot of havoc for a bunch of our riders down there in the pits this weekend.
Yeah, we'd be predicting some of that for sure. Just say, so great to see Billy Dearman out here. So Tomsky 3rd, Billy Dearman in 4th.
Yeah, Dearman with a 3rd place finish in the first race. Came off the boat a couple times on the 2nd moto. And right now, not running too bad. Running in that 4th place position. But he has got Tomsky in his crosshairs as they head to the top right-hand side of the track. Meanwhile, here comes Gawicki up on some back markers. And I believe that's McPhail that's about ready to get McPassed.
Oh, yeah.
And the halfway flags are up, so that's 6 minutes down, about 6 minutes to go here, plus 1 lap. For those of you listening in at home, our Pro Show classes have been going 12 minutes plus a lap.
It's a long time for any boat, and particularly when you were running on the edge like this. Okay, so again, watching Sport GP as we work our way through the Pro Show. Mike had talked about a little bit different format this time, even though we have the 3 motos. We put them in much longer lap times. So this 12 minutes plus a lap is what you're watching out on the track. If you look down at the tower, Nicholas Handler has got the cross flags in the air indicating halfway. So still quite a bit of race left. Question is how much endurance is left.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, Billy trying to catch up to Tomsky, but he's also running in the Pro-Am runabout box stock class. So put in 24 minutes plus 2 laps yesterday and doing the same today. That is a lot of riding. That's a lot of laps on this track here.
And while by no means is Billy Dearman old, and we don't want to indicate that, he's not 19 either, right? So when you got a rider out there, it's been through and double digits worth of laps. It'll definitely take it out of you. But regardless, he's just racing great. I think it was awesome that he got a dead engine start and still up in 4th, Mike.
Yeah, no doubt. Kelly Smith, I'm watching him pick off some back markers on the top right-hand side of the track, able to get past 3-lapped riders and trying to keep Gawicki in his gun sights, waiting for a slip, trip, or a bobble. Yep. But like I said earlier, that divine intervention.
Doesn't hurt. You notice these guys going through that double green buoys, just like the skis. The sport class actually diving in on that turn to tick up those extra green buoys. Now, in the runabout classes, they just use that as a 3 red buoy sweeper turn. That is that difference out in the course. In case you're wondering about the green buoys out there. Green flag up as Aaron Gowecki comes through, just indicating that the race is still going. I'm sure all the guys are looking at the tower like, can I get just a hint?
Yeah, right?
How many minutes left?
Exactly. Exactly. You know, one thing, though, that our tower director, Nick, does very well for these guys out here, when there's 2 minutes left, you'll see him actually hold the 2 card up and show them the 2 card, let them know that there's 2 minutes or less left. When there's 1 minute, he switches it around, and then obviously the white flag will come out after that. But Nick doing a great job out there on the tower. His 3rd year being our flag man and tower director out here.
He is so awesome, and you're right. I tell you, when these guys look at the tower like that, it's a relief when you're able to look up there and see a card. He does that as well, too. A lot of people don't see that, but right before that white flag comes out, if you watch him pretty closely, he also indicates to the riders on the laps if you've got 2 more laps. Why for that? Because if you're fighting fatigue, a lot of times it's really energy resource management, right?
Sure.
So you need to know where you are in the race. Is there any time at all where I can relax a little bit like that final lap, or do I need to charge the entire time? That actually caught one of our riders off guard the other day. They weren't sure where they are, slowed down a little too fast, a little too early. Mike's going to grab a lap time for us as these guys come through once again.
Once again, we got our Pro Runabout Open coming up next. Pro Runabout Open is coming up next. And right now, the Beast, Gowecki, has a 12.28 second lead over second place, Kelly Smith. Now, I can tell you what, that kid has got a future in front of him in the sport class, no doubt about it.
He's got nothing in front of him right now except flat water, which is nice.
Well, less than 2 minutes to go, says Nick Handler. As the 2 card getting shown to our riders out there, here comes your leader. Okay, we are now at the 1 minute stage, so less than 1 minute to go.
Okay, awesome. Now the laps, when we were timing the course earlier, when we put the course up early this week, lap times were typically around a minute for this particular course out in Sparks Marina, but depending on how fast you are, I've noticed they were clicking as quick as 53, 54 seconds in the sports class yesterday.
Right, well, again, with less than 1 minute to go, we need our Pro Runabout Open class to the gate. Once again, Pro Runabout Open class. We need you to the gate. Thank you. White flag out for Gowecki.
All right, Mike, white flag out for Gowecki as Kelly Smith coming through, just a little bit off the pace. But, you know, he's solid where he's at right now. I think he's realizing, I don't know if unless divine intervention, which has happened, steps in, it looks like it is going to be a wrap for Aaron Gowecki. He's only got a couple of more buoys to turn here.
Yeah, crazier things have happened, as you pointed out. Just so everybody knows, we've got 7 total events here at the Pro Show. You're watching event number 4. We've got 3 more. The Pro Runabout Open will be coming up next. That'll be followed by the Pro-Am Ski Stock. And the final race will be the Pro-Am Runabout Stock and Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock. By the way, we need our top 3 from the Ski GP class. Top 3 from the Pro-Am Ski GP class to bring your ski and put it back here behind the podium. And I believe that was Gowecki, Montzuris, and McCluggage. So,
all right, and just a real quick, Mike, I just want a big congratulations. Put your hands together for Aaron Gowecki taking the win on that one and the overall today for Sport GP, and Kelly Smith in second. Going to be Tomsky for third. And back to you, Mike, for the public service announcement. Again, if we could have our top 3 ski riders: Montzuris, Gowecki, McCluggage. If you could bring your skis here behind the podium down and by the tower, we will kick off the award ceremony here in just a little bit. All right, need to have Pro-Am Runabout open on the line, please. Pro-Am Runabout open on the line. Got Shantae Bukes reported early. Thank you, girl. You so awesome. And Abdullah Afadel making his way over here as well. Thank you, bud. And Arminio Iantoska, the only one we're waiting on, and he looks like he is getting into position as well. That's going to be your Pro-Am Runabout Open class. A little different from the first couple of weeks. Just attrition and riders not able to make it to the event. Down on the line for Pro-Am Runabout Open. Here is the lineup. Aboard is Sea-Doo, sponsored by Sea-Doo, Jet Tribe, HydroTurf, Villain Clothing, Riva, Nutrition Elite, and Nate Vinyl. It's boat number 4, Minio Iantoska from Naples, Florida. From Kuwait, sponsored by Dean's Team, Yamaha Factory Racing, Riva Racing, KSR. It's boat number 30, Abdullah Alfadel. She hails from South Africa, sponsored by Commander, Bird Industries, TM Trucking, and LPS. Boat number 72, Shantae Bukes. That is your lineup. And as normal, we have had a little bit of attrition in the open class. By the way, this is one of the elite classes and some of the fastest boats that you will see on the water today.
Oh, here we go. Iantoska trying to pull a hat trick this weekend, Dawn. We're going to go 3 for 3.
Looks like he might be able to pull it off. He's on the outside split. Meanwhile, all by himself on the inside, Abdullah Alfadel.
Yeah, the Kuwaiti killer out of Kuwait City, Kuwait. These guys are looking pretty even right now, but I think it could be
nice
Alfadel.
Turn for Alfadel, Mike. I believe he's got the whole shot.
Oh, and Iantoska had to hit the brakes. Alfadel checking up on him right at that red buoy at the end of the front straightaway, right before the bubble, and that was all it took. Now Alfadel is starting to put a little real estate between he and Iantoska.
Yeah, he shut down that streak as far as working it from the outside because Arminio had been snapping up hole shots. But when Abdullah took that final turn off of the red buoy, he cut so tight, kept that thing hooked up beautifully. Special thanks to Dean's team and Team Yamaha for that one.
For those of you folks watching in at home, the field actually was a little larger.
Yep.
Jeff Dykowski didn't want to go the 12+1, I guess, because I seen him walking around down here today. But I think he is done for the day. And Troy Snyder, I believe, was in an altercation a little bit earlier, so he was not allowed to come out for this one. So the field actually was a little bit bigger. But still, 3 very fast pilots out there, and I'm wondering, it looks like Alfadel slowing down a little bit. Here comes Iantoska, and I think Alfadel might have a mechanical problem.
He's standing up in the boat. That's not a good sign, and you can tell he looks a little upset as you look out on the water. Sure enough, Mike, Arminio Iantoska passes him. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for Alfadel. Working that hard to get the whole shot, mechanical problems, but that happens to the best of them. Anybody can get dealt that hand, but what a tough break for a gentleman that is on the hunt for 3 national titles. Shantae Bukes going to move into second as well, coming from that inside split. And Abdullah actually pulling the seat cover off his boat, trying to take a look and see if there's anything he could do. And Mike, he's having to pull in. Abdullah Al-Fadel having to bring the boat in from the race, and that is such a heartbreaker. So the guys down there from the team are going to meet him to see if he can't figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, Arminio Iantasca, uncontested at this point, taking that outside split on that new Sea-Doo that he has been so happy with this year.
And I can hear cheers coming from Sarasota, Florida right now.
Oh, yeah.
Lagopoulos' ex-teammate out there, Arminio Iantasca. And you know Iantasca wants to show good here, especially, you know, with the World Championships actually being in his backyard. So you know he wants to have a good number on that boat from the national tour when he shows up with all of his family and friends there.
Yeah, you know, I had the chance to interview him. What a great guy. But what was really cool is he's feeling a little bit of pressure, too. It's, like, so exciting to be able to do this in his hometown, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the pressure's on. I didn't think I would feel that. So it's so great that we'll be able to join him and his entire family down in Naples, Florida for the World Championships in September. All right, drops down on the front stretch. Dillman, we've been talking about right there on the number 4 boat.
Hey, by the way, Dawn, since we only got a couple of riders out there, there's a lot of sponsors that are helping out that we'd like to say a very special thanks to, including the City of Sparks, Reno Tahoe USA, Hidden Trails Motorsports, of course, our manufacturer members, Yamaha and Sea-Doo. Special thanks to Jet Renew, who is in the house with us right now, and raffling off that $200 bucket of Jet Renew. Stop on down there. Raffle tickets only $1. Special thanks to Brian and his crew over at Brian, Mike, and the crew actually at Jet Lift. Special thanks to Mike Bartolomeo at OptimalRacing.com. Our friends at Jet Trim, Brad Maloney from Goggle Grip, our friends from Solus, and of course Slippery, the official wetsuit here of the Pro Watercross Tour. Also a big shout out to VisitWestVirginia.com, proud sponsor of our live stream. So Iantasca about 12 seconds ahead of Bukes right now. And Bukes, you know, she's hoping for a breakdown.
Well, it just depends on what boat you're on, right? So for Arminio Iantasca, that's the last thing on his mind.
But, you know, the folks at BRP are smiling right now because the 2 left out there are both Sea-Doos.
Right, good point.
Sea-Doo has not won a race here in the Runabout Open class this year, so this would be the first.
Probably not the last, though. The way this guy has been riding, Arminio Iantasca came in with a storm at the first tour stop in Panama City Beach as we kicked off this Hidden Trails 2015 tour. Unfortunately, having some problems with the boats. The next week couldn't make it, had a prior engagement for Pensacola, so great to have him be able to get to the top of the podium this weekend. I know he's got to be really excited. Plus, it really helps him out with the points. He actually came into this round with only 39 points. So this will give him a big boost up on the tour.
Yeah, big boost up. And speaking of the points, let's take a look. And actually, I believe is this Shantae's first race in the Open class?
It's her first tour stop,
so
too.
She's going to get onto the board, and she'll probably make it halfway up the board. Again, Abdullah Al-Fadel was the current points leader coming into this. He'll still get some points for his first couple of motos. You know that they're hating having a DNF right here, though.
You know, and here's another thing that factors in for Abdullah's attrition. He's able to still hold on to a 3rd place. He did enough laps, actually, to complete for the scoring, so he'll be able to get enough laps in for that. But I do not see anybody working on the boat, Mike. So whatever it is, it was something that may not have been fixable in time for him to be able to get back out on the track.
Yeah, it looked like they put that up on the stand right away and said, okay, well, let's keep it high and dry, and we'll figure it out tomorrow.
Yep. All right, just 2 riders, and this isn't the first time that you and I have seen a bunch of attrition happen in Pro-Am Open class. They tweak these boats just to the left side of the end of that envelope and right to the very edge, and a lot of times we lose boats, tons and tons of boats in these motos. So not unusual to see a big bout of attrition. 2 boats on the water. I think this is the first time I've ever seen that, though.
Well, Dawn, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to have a lot more boats on the water coming up this next race because we got the Pro-Am Ski Stock. Pro-Am Ski Stock. We need you to start working your way down to the starting line. Pro-Am Ski Stock, race number 6 of the Pro Show.
Snow
Once again, absolutely a picturesque race site here, even though it's a little bit windy today with the Sierra Nevadas in the background, creating some really good Kodak moments for everybody out there.
Yeah, it really has. I will say, notice that the conditions finally calming down just a little bit as I look out over the water. We were massive white caps when we started this day out, but starting to calm down.
It looked like Ian Tosca saving the motor now. You can tell he's backed off a little bit.
Yep. Wisely. Shantae Buke, so great to have her back out on a tour stop. She is so much fun, a young lady that got a lot of help from the likes of Amy Green. She met Dustin Matzuris, and he is telling me a little bit yesterday that, you know, this gal, when he first saw her race, was just so spectacular and so much fun to watch. But she's got the right attitude, too, Commander Industries. And they are pretty specific about who they pick to be on that team, because if you look at the philosophy for Dustin, you know, his deal is that good guys don't finish last. Good guys can finish first as well, and he has certainly proved that in his career.
Yeah, you got that right. Tell you what a beautiful, beautiful breeze we got coming on right now with the sunshine beating down on us, because obviously none of us here have tents this weekend.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, because our tops all blew off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice.
Top to the 10s.
It's actually kind of a nice breeze. It's not 30 mile an hour right now. You know, it's only about 5 to 10.
Yeah, it's really calmed down.
Pro-Am Ski Stock. Pro-Am Ski Stock. We need you in the gate. Pro-Am Ski Stock. We need you in the gate. Green flag out for Ian Tosca, and Ian Tosca right now just out on a Sunday drive. A perfect day for it, too.
Does
it's
look
Sunday.
Like it's a Sunday drive. Sunday.
So again, Pro-Am Ski Stock coming up next for those of you listening in. Again, special thanks to Visit West Virginia. And we hope that you can visit West Virginia with us if you're here with us, or whether you're listening in on the live stream as we invade West Virginia, Charleston in August for our final event with the Pro Watercross Tour.
Back out on the water, the boats that you're watching, Pro-Am Runabout Open, some of the fastest boats that you'll get the opportunity to see. This is one of the elite classes. These guys actually can go over, averaging over 80 miles an hour, probably see 80, 85. Not necessarily today, it's a pretty small technical track. Boy, Ian Tosca really reeling it back a little bit. You could just tell he's out cruising for sure.
Yeah,
exactly. Back even on the front stretch.
Wants to save that motor for Lake Hartwell. Stop number 4 on the Hidden Trails Yamaha Pro Watercross Tour.
Shantae's like, yeah, slow down a little bit more. I'll reel you right in.
Yeah, Shantae, definitely no slouch.
All right, Abdullah actually just snuck up into the tower to give us an update. So